Hello viewers, this is not a normal family announcement, it's raw, it's personal, and it hits deep. Today, T.I. opens up in a way he's never done before, revealing shocking, heartbreaking details about his son that few saw coming. You'll hear exactly what he said, how it all came to this moment, and why it matters far beyond a celebrity headline. In fact, when he shared this news, it wasn't just his own life shifting, it sent ripples through his entire family, his legacy, and the public narrative around fatherhood and fame. A surprising fact, his son King Harris, at 20 years old, publicly admitted to behavior many expected to be hidden, and that confession forced his father into a corner of emotion you rarely see in the spotlight. What you're about to hear isn't watered down. You're about to see a star stripped of his stage persona and dealing with real, raw, unexpected turbulence. Stay until the end, because this story flips the script in a way that changes how we see both father and son. Let's set the scene. T.I., long hailed as the King of the South, has built a career on strength, swagger, control. But behind the lights and the hits, he's a dad, father to many, and fatherhood isn't always smooth. His son King has been a public figure in his own right, and when King said he had more leeway than other baby daddies because my baby mama don't care, that wasn't just bold talk. It ignited controversy. Here's where the tension starts. When your son makes headlines for behavior that undermines everything you taught him, what do? You can't just handle it like another news cycle. T.I. was forced to respond, not just in sound bites, but emotionally. There's danger here, the danger of legacy crashing into reality, the danger of fatherhood meeting social media recklessness. Then came the revelation. T.I. confirmed his son King is set to have a child of his own, making T.I. a grandfather while still grappling with his son's public missteps. Think about that, a father. A public icon, now confronted with generational shifts in one sentence. King's upcoming fatherhood, paired with his reckless admissions, wasn't just news, it's a mirror reflecting back onto T.I.'s own journey, mistakes, and all. T.I.'s comment, "I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all time. I will raise this child to torture you the way you tortured me." That quote? It sounds almost playful, but layered beneath is regret, challenge, generational warfare. T.I. isn't just joking, he's sending a message. The message, I raised you. Now you raise someone. We both carry weight. This is where things get deeper. The public scene between father and son wasn't smooth. 2 years ago, a headlock incident at a game sparked viral headlines. King said, "I'm the man you raised me to be. At the time you raised me, you was still T.I." That moment shows the push-pull, legacy versus freedom, control versus independence. Now add a newborn on the way, a son in his 20s publicly admitting to cheating or having more leeway, and a father who built his empire on discipline and mastery. The contrast is heavy. This is where heartbreak lives, not simply because something tragic happened, but because expectations, values, identity, all collide. You might say, why should I care about a rapper's family drama? Here's the thing, this isn't just celebrity drama, it's a reflection of culture today. The statistic, young fathers who parent publicly on social media face nearly double the scrutiny of those who stay private. This scenario peels back the curtain on fame, fatherhood, expectations. T.I.'s response to his son signals a bigger shift. When your kid becomes a parent before you're ready, the roles flip. The protector becomes the reflector. The mentor becomes the student. And the world watches. The heartbreak? It's not only the announcement, it's the realization that the narrative you thought you controlled is now shifting. The grandson coming, the promise to raise him differently, and the son you raised making headlines for all the wrong reasons. This ties into vulnerability, generational trauma, fame's double-edged. Here's the open loop. We know King's truth. We know the baby is coming. We know T.I. acknowledged the shift. But what we don't know is how this will change their relationship, how T.I.'s legacy will adapt, how King will step into fatherhood while under public scrutiny. Will King finally take responsibility? Will the incoming child become a turning point? Will T.I. shift from the King of the South persona into the king of the next generation? That unknown keeps this story alive. And the teaser, later in this video, will break down what sources say about the father-son relationship now, how close they are, how far they've drifted, and what this might mean for the Harris family going forward. You'll hear the unexpected voice of King himself, you'll see the shift in tone from both men, and you'll understand why this isn't just a headline, it's a cultural moment. So here's where we land. What started as T.I. breaking down to share heartbreaking news about his son becomes so much more. It's about legacy, redemption, transformation, even if the change isn't clean or easy. It's about real human emotions behind the celebrity facade. And the next chapter? It's about what they'll do with all of this. Now, here's something for you. As you think about this story, ask yourself, how do you react when someone you raised becomes someone who forces you to reckon with your own past? Write down your answer in the comments. Then come back tomorrow and see how the story evolves. We'll revisit the Harris family, those unseen conversations, and any new moves that emerge. Your voice matters in this conversation.